Warning! This episode of Ohio is on Fire contains strong opinions and viewpoints that belong to the host and guests that appear on Ohio is on Fire. This show contains entertainment and honesty that reaches extreme levels. Please do not try this at home.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is the show where Ohio throws down. Ohio is on fire. We are back live here on WSU 106.9 FM, Dayton's Right Choice. Another episode of Ohio is on Fire. I am your host, Daniel Big Diesel. And I got another hot episode for you tonight. I hope everyone at home is feeling good inside. The weather's getting better. Of course, the Dayton Flyers made it to the Elite Eight. And corn, you can now grow plants outside. You can get you some nice corn during the summertime. And I, Daniel Diesel, feel sexy all over. And I'll tell you why I feel this way. Because tonight is part 2 of the Dayton Indie Music Madness. What it is, I played 12 songs last week. And this week I'm going to play 12 more songs. I had a total of 24 songs and artists from the local Dayton area total. And real quickly, I want to make an official announcement of the winners from last week, the March 26th episode. The top 6 vote getters from the Dayton Indie Music Madness page move on to round 2, which is next week. But I'll tell you the winners, though. The top 6 vote getters, in no particular order. But we got Six Senses, Maroney Lane, Good English, Curse of Cassandra, Agony in the Garden, and the top vote getter was Joe Ben with his song Innocence and Pride. So those 6 artists and their song, they will be played again on this show. They move on to round 2. And tonight, we're going to play 12 more songs. And of course, the top 6 vote getters from that group, they will move on to round 2, which is next week. And it just keeps on going. I tell you, this tournament I have going is a monster. I have close to 300 group members. And I only opened this page like last month. It has very little advertisement. But the artists have taken a strong liking to this community. It's on Facebook. I'm very happy. And of course, there's probably hundreds, maybe thousands of people listening tonight, want to listen to their favorite artist and band. That will happen tonight during the show when I play the music. And I'll tell you what else I got. I got a jam-packed show. Because I got to tell you right now, and it actually around, I say about 8:45, maybe 8:50-ish, I will have a live interview in the studio with Patricia Wightman. She is the head of the Relay for Life event and a member of Colleges Against Cancer Society here on Wright State University. We're going to talk about the big Relay for Life event coming on April 11th. It's a big fundraiser that supports those that are suffering from cancer. And it's a big event on campus. She's going to be live in the studio. I'm going to talk to her. I believe it's just her. I thought she thought about bringing some other group buddies, but I think it's just her, but that's okay. And also, another big interview to promote Gem City Comic Con and to talk about the comic book world in general. I'm going to be talking to Lora Innes. She's the writer of The Dreamer. She's going to be calling in around 9:15, 9:20. She's listening on the internet right now. So she knows her cue to call because I gave her a special phone number to call me. So she will be alive via telephone. And we will do this, and I'll talk to her. So now, real quickly, before I forget, if you have a question for any of those ladies, either for Patricia or for Lora Innes, or if you want to request a song that will play at the end of my episode around 10 o'clock-ish, please call me here at 937-775-5555. So I will listen to what you have to say. Oh, silly me, I almost forgot. I am giving away tickets tonight. The Gem City Comic Con is this Saturday and Sunday, April 5th and April 6th. I've got 2 free tickets I want to give to you tonight. So once again, if you call 937-775-5555, call me, and you got to answer this question for me. Our featured guest is Kevin Eastman. Now, he's a creator of this famous superhero group. If you can tell me what this famous superhero group he created over the phone, you will win two free tickets to Gem City Comic Con. It can be for any day. This is a $15 value, and you will get these tickets for free. So that's a great offer. You will do that tonight. Well, as soon as I go to commercial, you can do that. So you got to wait for me to go off the play my songs, because see, this is college radio. We don't have high-tech technology where you can just call any time. We got like we have what you call the ghetto radio system. So that's what we have. But anyway, it's nice. That's what we can afford. Maybe one day, maybe WSU will play the lottery, and we'll buy brand new equipment, and everyone can call. We have 20 people calling at once. It's good to have dreams. So in WSU, they have dreams of a better radio equipment. Anyway, with that being said, yes, the Dayton Indie Music Madness is tonight. Yes, we got a nice little community going at the Facebook page dedicated to the group. That's where you go vote for the songs. And I noticed the calendar. Yesterday was April Fool's, so I decided to play a little joke. I wanted to chime in on this April Fool's. What I did, I told the people that were members of the group page that this radio station caught on fire. Yes, everything burned to the ground. This radio equipment, we got our albums, production room, everything you can think of. It burned to the crisp, and I told a little story. I also said that I saw this fire take place. I was the only one that saw it, and I just happened to be drinking a bottle of Pepsi. So what I did, I'd go to her bathroom, and I would fill up the bottle with water, and I would drench the fire, and I'd do this over and over again. But then the fire got too strong. I had to be rescued by the fire marshal, and then and some people actually played in on a joke with me. I know Josh McGrath. He's an alumni of the WWSU. I got him to play along, and apparently he agreed that he started the fire because he was upset with his sister Shannon, who's the GM of our station, that she was ignoring him and spending too much time at work. So and it was a lot of people. I think people caught on to the joke. It was so absurd. But you can check out the whole dialogue actually at the Facebook Dayton Indie Music Madness page. But the whole joke is right there on the people that responded to it. Another joke I told. I kind of continued the story. Anyway, but new votes. That's the wrong thing. Here we go. I was talking about the contest because I actually canceled the contest until August 2017. But I said new votes for the March 26th group will be counted for 2 more hours. They will still count, and they will come back into play when we resume on August 2017 in the brand new Clear Channel sponsored WWSU studio. Because I also said that Clear Channel bought the rights to the call numbers immediately after we burnt down. Yeah, it was great. So that was my April Fool's to Dayton Indie Music Madness into the radio station. And Emma, let me click on this. Emma Wheeler, she actually, I don't think she fell for it. She acted like she fell for it. She was like, oh my God, I love that station. So Emma Wheeler, yeah, she's an alumni here. And I worked with her, well, not directly, but I remember her from my first stint here. So shout out to her. She's probably watching tonight. She's a big fan of the station. In the show, of course. She's my buddy. Anyway. The Dayton Flyers made it to the Elite Eight. They beat Stanford to make it to the Elite Eight showdown against the Florida Gators, where they were humbled by the Gators, who's a much better team. They were the #1 team in the nation. And actually, I have the Florida Gators win the whole championship. Way to go, Flyers. I mean, they were quite the Cinderella story. You hear about George Mason and VCU being the underdog in the last few years. This year, Dayton Flyers, they were the underdog team that made it deep into the tournament. And unbelievable. And a lot of people from around here got a little bit famous. And the other thing, on the campus of UD, they had viewing parties for these basketball games. And I've seen pictures, perhaps you've seen the pictures too, of these parties. It was like Woodstock 2014, I swear to goodness. You couldn't walk anywhere. In fact, some of my friends that I go to class with actually attended these parties. Because it was open to the public, actually, if you believe that. And people were arrested, of course. Some cars got smashed. Some people got into fist fights. It was pandemonium. And I couldn't imagine if we actually did make it to the Final Four. Because there's some really good teams. I mean, Dayton's a small little school. And I think the budget that these other sports teams have compared to Dayton, I think Dayton has 1/16 of that budget, from what I heard. All the best athletes go to big schools. And they're more than likely going to win the big tournament. But good job, Dayton Flyers. It got me interested in basketball for a few minutes in this whole area. And for those that got your car burned down, it's okay. The Dayton Flyers, they'll buy you a new car. There. That didn't come from me. A little birdie told me the Dayton Flyers will buy you brand new equipment. So there you go. Oh, yeah. You know what? The Dayton Flyers, they do have a rich history in basketball. They last won the championship in 1967. You know what? The Dayton area, they're good at a lot of other things, too, I hear. Not just the basketball team. They are good at a lot of things. And I got a little list of things that we are very good at. And I want to try to read them to you. But other things that the Dayton area is good at, we are good at barbecue ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Chili's, baby back ribs, barbecue sauce. Yes, Dayton has especially tumbleweeds. I really like their barbecue ribs. And they got contests every year over at Riverscape. They got a rib festival. It's great. At least they did. I'll be silly if they cancel it, because I know there's a lot of festivals they used to have. They've canceled. But I know they did used to have a festival for barbecue. And if it's still there, then good for you. Go to that barbecue festival and eat some good barbecue ribs. Barbecue ribs. Oh, baby. And mashed potatoes and garlic bread. Oh, you know what? I'm leaving the show right now to go eat some barbecue ribs, and because I'm hungry now. But anyway, another thing we're good at is low-budget films, and this is thanks to the Neon Theater in downtown Dayton at the Oregon District. Every year they have a festival of low-budget movies and short films that was made right here, close to the Dayton, Ohio area. And nowadays we have a thing called Kickstarter and Indiegogo that makes money for these films. But the thing is, we didn't always have Kickstarter or Indiegogo. Back in the day, you had to borrow money from your mom and dad. That's how it went back then. You tell your parents, listen, I'm going to be a big star. I'm going to be the next Tom Cruise and Will Smith. I'm going to make this movie, and you're going to like it, and you're going to support it. And that's how it was back then. And you know what? It's good to have passion. So yeah, we're really good at low budget films. We make a bunch around here. So so there's that. That's in the summertime when they have that low budget movie festival at the Neon Theater. And something else we're good at. We're good at flipping off our boss. Yes, I've heard so many stories from friends of mine that I've graduated school with, or Sinclair or Xenia High School. They go to this job. You know, they make money for once, but it's some corporate idiot making life miserable for everybody. So, you know, they tell them off, they curse each other out, flip them the bird. And Dayton is good at that, because Dayton is a strong, independent city. There's no stooges. Well, there ain't very many stooges in Dayton. People have their own idea on how to do things. So that's what we do. We tell our boss what's up here in Dayton. And then also, we have a bunch of festivals. One thing that we're good at, because of these festivals, we're good at littering. Yes, we throw away too many trash. I think people try to pretend they're a basketball player, and they try to shoot them into garbage cans. They miss. And I think we're the best at littering. Littering Nan, littering Nan, littering Nan. That's an inside joke if you don't know what that movie came from. And there's one more thing. Oh, there's two more things. My bad. Because of all the beer that we drink at these festivals, we're really good at vomiting. In fact, I don't think a lot of people know this, but we got an international vomiting contest. That's at the basement of the school. We come together. We drink all the international beers. I know me and Patriot Pat, we judge this contest. And the person that pukes out the most ounces of vomit is the winner. And they win a lifetime supply of buckets that they can vomit in. All right, that was gross. All right, but here's one more thing that we are very good at in the city of Dayton. The Dayton Dragons. Oh, yeah. We are the kings of minor league baseball. We have sold out every game since 2000. In fact, we've never had a game that didn't sell out. No other minor league team has ever done that. And Dayton Dragons put on a good product. Their opening day is this Friday, so they're starting a brand new season soon. Of course, Cincinnati Reds opened up Monday, and they play again tonight. But you gotta listen to this show first, and then watch a taped episode of the Reds baseball game. So listen to me first, because I got a good show tonight. Now, with that being said, before I go play some music, some more things I want to talk about. Here on Ohio is on Fire, every day is a holiday. Every day is a holiday. All right, All right, now today is April 2nd. Of course, it's the day after April Fool's. There's 3 days that are going on today that you could celebrate. Today is National Children's Book Day. So what you got to do if you have a child, he gets to read child's books all day. He can read some Goosebumps. He can read some Clifford the Red Dog. Maybe some Sesame Street. And it's the law to read children's books. You got to do it with the child. If you're a parent or if you're a babysitter. And if you don't read children's books, you go to prison. So that's that going on today. And then we also got Reconciliation Day. Yes, that means if you did something that's terrible, really bad for someone, like say you got, back in 1996, you got a giant baseball bat and then you smashed up maybe someone's Sega Genesis because that person stole your girlfriend. This is your day to reconciliate. Go to that person, tell them that you're sorry, I'll buy you a new Sega Genesis, let's be friends again, because why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Alright. And there's another day I think a lot of people's going to like very well. I'm talking about National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. It's Peanut Butter Jelly Day. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly and a baseball bat. Oh yes, I couldn't help myself. Yes, it is National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. And that's what you do. You gotta buy you a baseball bat and then smash your best friend's Sega Genesis and eat you, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And then next year, you can celebrate Reconciliation Day for tearing up your best friend's items or stealing their girlfriend. So there you go. It works out. It's a full circle.
Dayton. Welcome to Dayton's best radio station 2010. Whose house? Right State's house. Yee boy.
And we are back with Ohio's on Fire. You just listened to Ashley Martin's Play with Fire. And of course, then before that, it was we played Able Danger and Digital Chaos, the first 2 songs of the tournament. And I got more coming up real soon. I got 10 more songs to play tonight. Right now, I think it's time for everyone's favorite segment. It's the one that everyone burns down college radio stations and vehicles for. I'm talking about a little segment called OMVP. And that stands for Ohio's Most Valuable Pedestrian. Where's my theme music? Here it is. You know it. Oh yeah. Do 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 do. OMVP, baby. All right. Oh, that's nice. OMVP, it goes to someone that did something very interesting or something in a weird way, or sometimes it's posthumous. Because every once in a while, someone did something, a lot of good things in the state of Ohio, and in his or her life, they pass on. And that's what this episode's OMVP is about. A legend passed on earlier this week, but the artist who created Mr. Clean, Harry Richard Black, he passed away at the age of 92. But here's a news report from CBS News. The Ohio artist, he created the Mr. Clean character that became a long-lasting advertising hit, has died at age 92. Fairmont Pedestrian Church and Kettering says services are planned for Saturday for Harry Richard Black. The Dayton Daily News reports Black died Sunday at his home of a brief illness. Consumer products maker Procter & Gamble Co. credits Black with creating the muscular bald man who cleans up things quickly. The company chose this depiction to represent its cleaner image when it launched in 1958. Mr. Clean quickly became a popular brand and advertising character. Black also was among artists behind depictions of Smokey Bear for U.S. Forest Service fire prevention messages. The Philadelphia native opened his own studio in 1950 and did illustrations for national companies and magazines. He was a longtime editor at colleges. Well, that's awesome. So he contributed to college also. But yes, Harry Richard Black. It seems interesting that we're having Jim City Comic Book on this weekend. They might do a little tribute to. I don't know if they will or not, since it's short of notice. Perhaps someone will mention it. But yeah, this guy did drawings, and perhaps maybe he had ambitions of making a comic book. I don't know. But I tell you what, his big hit was Mr. Clean. And everyone knows that image. It's the bald-headed guy in that white t-shirt. Very muscular, and he's always smiling and happy. Whenever you want to clean your kitchen, the first thing that you think of is Mr. Clean and that happy bald-headed man. But yes, that creature, that depiction that we all know and love was created by Harry Richard Black, and he passed on. He's in a better place, and so condolences to his family and to the Mr. Clean, the kid. I guess the company that does the Mr. I don't know if they're going to continue on using the image. I like to think they will. It's going to last forever, that image, and that reminds me, I did a joke on college radio about 4 years ago. I was talking about college bowl games that we needed. And I remember I did a joke about we need the Mr. Clean Toilet Bowl, where the two worst teams of all college football played, and the losing team actually won a lifetime supply of the Mr. Clean toilet cleaners. And so that comes to mind. But that was that's quite a legacy. So I tell you what, Harry Richard Black, you are a legend in the writing community, the artist community, and in the world of advertising. They will remember your mascot forever. But I tell you what, you're going to win another little award that's not real. Although, perhaps you could create one in heaven. You could draw one up in heaven. You have your own Ohio is on Fire OMVP award. But let me tell you something. Harry Richard Black, you are this episode's OMVP, Ohio's most valuable pedestrian. And now where's my music? Let's play a little bit more of the music. Alright. Alright, hats off to a legend. Alright. Alright, that's enough of that. Okay, with that, it's time to play 2 more songs from the Dayton Indie Music Madness. So yes, please continue your votes. I tell you one we'll play up next, and we'll play Brandy Danielle's My Everything. She's a rapper from Dayton, Ohio. And then I'm also going to play Faith Baby and his song Ready to Go Down. He's also from Dayton, Ohio. So I'm playing those 2 songs next. So fans if you're a fan of their music, listen and vote for them to win this round and go on to the next round. But I'm going to play them right now. But listen, you're listening to WWSU 106.9 FM, Dane's Right Choice. Alright. The camera. Alright, we are back live with Ohio is on Fire. I am Daniel Diesel. And my first guests for tonight, they are representatives of Colleges Against Cancer. But right now I got Patricia Wightman, and then I got Lisa Earnest. They are the president and vice president of the Cancers Against Society. Of course, they're putting on the Relay for Life event coming April 11th. But hey girls, say hello to everyone.
Hello.
Alright, I was in unison too. Cool. But for those at home that don't know, what is the Colleges Against Cancer Society here on campus all about? What do you guys do?
Colleges Against Cancer here on campus works to advocate about different cancer programs, give about cancer information, certain symptoms and signs of certain types of cancer, what to look out for, how to live a healthier life. Of course, our biggest event is Relay for Life. Our Relay for Life event is April 11th at 6 p.m. on the quad.
Okay.
Okay, and we work on a collegiate level, but we do partner with the American Cancer Society.
Cool.
They set all of our regulations and our funding and things like that. So.
Well, that's cool. Now, approximately how many college students and faculty members are battling cancer right now that you know of? Have you heard any stats on that?
We don't have any stats at a collegiate level. There are stats that the American Cancer Society pulls all the time. The number fluctuates quite frequently. However, like as a Relay for Life and Colleges Against Cancer standpoint, we kind of focus on the fact that cancer affects everybody.
Okay.
Not just the people that are battling it directly or the people that are sick from it. It's the fact that it affects their family, their friends, the community they live in, their coworkers. So the statistic doesn't really show exactly the effects of cancer overall. So.
Okay, well that's all right. I guess it's hard to tell how many a certain group would really have.
More than what we want.
Oh, well, I agree. I think it's a lot more than we should.
Definitely, yes.
Have you or other group members have personal experience with cancer?
I have not personally had cancer myself. There are a couple of group members. Our ACF staff partner, our previous ACF staff partner, had cancer at one point, and then our advisor of last year had cancer at one point.
Oh.
My cancer background comes from I lost both my grandparents on my Earnest side of the family to cancer.
Okay.
The same as for me. I have not personally experienced going through cancer. I've just had some friends and family members that have battled it as well. Lost some family members. I have some survivors in my family, so definitely affected from a different standpoint.
Okay. Well, okay. Now, what tips do you have for someone to find leisure, like someone that does have cancer, any other major disease? What tips do you have for that person to find some leisure, to relax in a daily life?
Okay. Cancer definitely affects everybody differently. So there's not one specific tip we can give for each person.
Yeah.
Their attitudes are always going to be different depending on how they're battling it and how hard they're affected by it. What we can kind of encourage them to do is to just outreach to their community, understand that there is support available for them. Organizations such as College Against Cancer, the American Cancer Society are some of their biggest supporters, whether they may know of us before they get diagnosed or not.
Yeah.
And definitely we try to encourage all survivors and people battling cancer to just keep a positive attitude. No matter how hard it may be at some point, a positive attitude can make a whole difference in your treatment.
Okay.
I definitely agree. The positive attitude is a big thing. There are a lot of things that they can do. It just depends on, how their cancer is affecting them. It's more of a personal preference. Some people do puzzles, different things to just keep themselves relaxed and still keep a positive attitude. There's definitely places they can go for help. There's the Hope Lodge. There's all sorts of different things. I think there's even a web page for cancer survivors to speak with someone who's already gone through cancer. But they can call the ACS hotline, which is 1-800-227-2345.
All right. Okay, yeah, so those you repeat the number for those that want to get a pen. Yeah, repeat the number one more time for the people at home.
You can go to 1-800-227-2345, or you can also go to cancer.org.
All right, but that's important information right there. So hopefully you guys at home wrote that down if you are interested in information on that. Now, you guys were talking about your Relay for Life event. I know most organizations have their meetings throughout the year and have the other. So what else do you girls do throughout the year underneath the Colleges Against Cancer group? What else do you do besides Relay for Life?
We are definitely active all year round, both semesters. We do a little bit of work in the summer, but it's hard to bring everybody together when we all kind of disperse. Aside from just planning as a committee, we host meetings every week to keep the committee on style when that gets closer to Relay. Yeah. Before then we do every other week. But we also host other advocacy events and awareness events throughout campus. We do things such as blood drives. We had 2 blood drives this year. That blood was in support of cancer treatment as well. We attend the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer event that takes place in Dayton.
Okay.
And that takes place every October. It's a breast cancer awareness event hosted through the ACS. That's a big one we participate in. And we also just have different spring and fall kickoff events to get people aware of what's going on around campus with Colleges Against Cancer and just about Relay. And then we host multiple fundraisers such as bake sales, selling items around campus, things like that.
All right. Now, with October is National Breast Cancer Month, and a lot of people do know about that. Are you satisfied with the coverage that breast cancer just get now, and perhaps the donations that it gets from around the world?
Yeah, I think that breast cancer awareness gets a lot of outreach and publicity. It's a really great thing, and they do raise a lot of money in Strides Against Breast Cancer, which is an American Cancer Society event. The other thing, that becomes a negative with that would be that there are many other types of cancer, and sometimes, we feel that breast cancer is maybe the one that people mainly know about, and then they don't realize that, their symptoms they're having could be a different type of cancer. So that's another thing, but we really do enjoy the fact that the Breast Cancer Awareness Month gets a lot of people and a lot of community together.
Oh, that's right, Lisa. All right. Now, with cancer, I guess it's hopefully people a lot of people wish they never have it, but for those that do get it, it's kind of a surprise and kind of sneaks up on them. Would you know what tips, if someone felt like they had cancer, for one, how would they check to see if they had cancer themselves, and they did discover they had cancer, what would be the next step to take in fighting the cancer?
All types of cancer have different signs and different symptoms that associate with the different types of cancer.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I can say is that if you think there is something wrong, go get checked out. Early detection is key. The number one thing you can do for yourself if you do have cancer is to go and get it detected early. It's the best way to fight it.
All right.
I would just say that, since we're not doctors, we're not in the medical profession at any means, we can't necessarily say how cancer is going to affect one individual. Everybody's body is different, and the signs may be different, whether for multiple people that have the same kind of cancer.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of maybe doing your research. Healthy lifestyles can be ways of prevention. Getting just your normal checkups, such as colonoscopies and mammograms at appropriate ages. Just knowing how to stay up to date on research done about different kinds of cancers. And like she said, if you think there's a problem, it's better to be safe than sorry and have it checked out, because early detection could make the difference between your cure.
All right. Now, you've been talking about the Relay for Life on April 11th. Well, now, for those that are attending that event, what will we expect at that event this year?
Well, there are tons of things that are going to take place at Relay. First of all, it's going to be a lot of fun. Every hour is going to present something new and exciting.
Okay.
Of course, WWSU will be there. You guys are going to be our DJ. You're going to be supplying all of the music for us, so it's awesome to include the campus. We're also going to have our local Zumba and yoga instructors from the Rec Fit area participating as well. We will have a local band in the area called Phonic Uproar. They will be performing at Wright State. They are wonderful. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be tons of different games to participate in. Lots of food people are going to be selling. But aside from all the games and events like that, we're going to have tons of spirit out there just to get people involved.
Yeah.
A lot of motivation, both for people battling cancer, those that have already survived, just to keep their spirits up. We want them to know that the community's there to support them. Overall, it's really just going to be a lot of people coming together from the community and making an impact, making a difference, and just all coming together for one thing, and that's just to fight back against something that's essentially ripping people's lives apart, and we just don't want to see that happen. So.
All right. Well, that's really positive. I hope it's a successful event. I don't know if I will. I'm happy that ASU will be there. I don't know if I'll personally be able to attend, but I know Kristen Hensall. She will be there. She's actually a big supporter of your group, and I think she might be in the group. I don't know, but so we can thank her for that, because she's done a lot of work on what you guys do at this station.
Yeah,
that's how I heard about you, ladies, and your cause.
Wonderful.
So with that being said, Relay for Life is April 11th. So that's all the questions I have. Is there anything else you want to add before we leave? Is there any websites maybe other people could donate for cancer research that you know of?
Our website for WSU's Relay is relayforlife.org/WSU.
Okay.
You can go there and donate to any of the teams. You can purchase a luminaria in remembrance of somebody, or just to encourage them for fighting a survivor currently.
Okay.
I would just like to say that Relay for Life is open to everybody. It's an 18-hour event. We will have people there the whole night participating in the games. And even if you're listening and you're not in the WSU area, more than likely your community has a Relay for Life somewhere in the area. And we just encourage people to get involved. Just learn about it and understand that at some point cancer has affected everybody, and that there is something we can do to make a difference.
Oh, I just remembered. Where's the location of this, like on campus? What building?
It's going to be on the quad, so it'll be outside.
So it's outside on the
Yes.
quad. Okay, well, that's good.
Praying for beautiful
Well,
weather.
yeah, I hope it doesn't rain. That would be terrible if that happened. But okay, well, good luck to you ladies for the really, and thank you for coming.
Thank you for
This
having us.
has been a good interview. So anyway, yes, those listening at home, you can attend the Relay for Life, April 11th, and of course, you can donate money if you're at the table. They'll donate money. It helps fight cancer. That's a really important cause. Now, with that, before I go to my next songs on my Dayton Indie Music Madness tournament, listen, I'm giving away Gym City Comic Con tickets. That's going to be this Saturday and Sunday. That's coming up soon. I got to.
Oh, hello.
All right. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. We hear you now. You sound awesome. Yes. This is Lora
Okay,
Innes.
good.
Yes. This is Lora Innes. Now, anyway, Laura, thanks for calling. I got to ask you, when did you decide that you wanted to make a living doing comic books?
I got really interested in comic books when I was in middle school, which I think is probably pretty common for a lot of kids. It's probably the age of you to think that superheroes are cool and whatnot. But I was studying animation all through college, but this original love I had for comic books kind of followed with me to the point that when I went to senior year of art school, that I decided I actually didn't want to be an animator. I wanted to be a comic book artist. So I spent most of my senior year in art school focusing on comic books, but animation had taught me film language and storyboarding, and so it had really prepared me. It had prepared me for this career better than an illustration education would have, I think.
Awesome. Now, who taught you how to draw the way you do? It's not. You have nice drawing techniques. But who taught you?
Thank you.
Who taught you?
Well, I think like a lot of kids, I just started drawing and I never stopped. And in high school, I was just, comic books they were too hard for me to draw in middle school, which I kind of liked that it was a real challenge. And so I just wrestled with it for a lot of years. I just had notebooks full of really, really crappy drawings.
Yeah.
And so it came a lot from practicing and also from emulating. Back at the start, I would just copy what I saw what other artists were doing, but I would really try to understand it. So instead of just, copying a drawing identically from another artist, I would kind of look at the way that they were using line and the way that they would use black or hatching or different, drawing techniques to create form or shadow or muscle or whatever they were trying to do. And I would try to understand that and then do it on my own. And so it was just a lot of brain work and then muscle memory after a certain point. But when I got into high school, I started doing life drawing. We had a pretty robust high school. I was pretty fortunate. And so I started doing a lot of drawing from life, and they really drilled in me the idea of having a sketchbook and drawing all of the time. And, I drew a lot from life in art school, too. Of course, that's what happens there. But I think I was prepped for it a little bit earlier than maybe some other artists were. So,
All right.
Balance, I think you can fall into a rut if you only copy someone else's work.
Well, that's true. Yeah, just you gotta be original. Now I want to talk to you about the Dreamer for a little bit. I understand the concept of the Dreamer. It's the split plot lines of the 21st century and the 18th century. I was wondering, does the storylines that appear in the Dreamer, does that personally reflect your life in any way, shape, or size?
Do I go back into the past when they dream at night? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, do you have dreams like that at night?
My dreams are usually way darker than the Dreamer. I guess the Dreamer has gotten pretty dark. No, I do not dream about the Revolutionary War, not very often. Every once in a while I have a dream about my characters, which is always sort of surreal when you wake up. But no, I think that there's always this tendency when we read something to want to turn fiction into autobiography and just try to figure out, how much of this came from the author's real actual life and how much of it is invented. And I think, the heart of who my characters are, that's authentic, but the trappings of the world, the details of the adventure, that's all made up. I actually would want to live in the past. This is a pretty horrible place to be if you were anyone, pretty much. But it's nice you were a woman or if you were not white, or if you weren't healthy. It was
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
not many people live very long.
Oh, absolutely. Now, are you hoping for the dream to become a live-action film? Is that something you would like to see?
Yeah, in a dream world, absolutely. I think it's kind of epic, and there's a huge romance and large-scale battle scenes. And I think the Revolutionary War is not a war that's typically been covered in on film. I mean, I guess we've got the Patriot, but it's really historically inaccurate and makes a lot of historians and history buffs cringe. So I think that I would love to see like the battles that I envision or that I've studied about come alive on the big screen the way that only cinema really can. But it's a whole long, tricky process to do that. It involves a lot of luck as much as a lot of other opportunities coming your way. So fingers crossed, but not holding my breath.
I have my fingers crossed too. I think that would be a good movie to watch, especially in 3D. I mean, anything that involves comic books, I mean, they make it larger than life, so I'm all for it. So I hope you find the right people to make that movie one day.
Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Now, girls who read comic books or work in the comic book industry, they're usually stereotyped by others as being an outcast or being a nerd. And they're not like the other girls who are more peppy and are more into modeling or dancing around in underwear. But I was wondering, were you made fun of as a child for your interest in comic books?
I don't think I was picked on as much as I hear stories of bullying today, and it seems to be really horrific. And I grew up when I graduated high school a while ago, really good day. But it was, I was picked on as people thought I was a lesbian because I read comic books. That was before comic books were cool. The X-Men movie hadn't even come out yet. I was in college when that happened, I think, and that sort of was the first movie to kind of unlock this whole blockbuster cinematic superhero thing that's been going on for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
But before that, we were just really closeted geeks, and we were not cool people at all. I had like a Wolverine beach towel and X-Men t-shirts, but that was not like nerd geek culture cool. That was just, I really was a geek for real. But I was lucky enough to go to a high school that was really large. There were over 500 kids in my class. And so it was big enough that if you could find your own subgroup, you really would go unnoticed. And it really took a lot to be singled out and picked on. So I kind of had my group of art nerd friends, and we got under the radar pretty well for the most part. I had it fairly easy.
All right. Well, I mean, that's unfortunate they didn't make fun of you. What you should have done, you should have taken some MMA lessons and then put on a superhero suit. You should have been one of those real-life superheroes, and then you just give them a little karate kick. Kick them in their vajayjay. Teach them a lesson. All right. There's people in the hallway. They're laughing their butts off from that. So, all right. You can't see them, but Laura, but like this studio, it's like there's a big glass mirror, and people wave at me. So I feel like a rock star when I do this show. So anyway, I had to tell that to you. You can't see it. You have to take my word for it. But I got to know who is your favorite superhero?
My favorite superhero is actually Spider-Man.
All right.
He is the Charlie Brown of the superhero world. Like some of the other superheroes out there, things come really easily to him, but he's not a millionaire and he doesn't have a secret jet, or he's not a celebrity like Iron Man. He's just a struggling working class guy, and he does the right thing, but he's never rewarded for it. He's always villainized in the newspaper, and he's got to work a job and balance his life. And I just think he's the everyday, everyman superhero, and he's easy to relate to because of this. And I grew up in the 90s when there really wasn't, it was starting to blur, but, in some of the classic books I was reading from the 80s and stuff, there was a much clearer line between good and evil in comic books. And that's really gotten blurred over the last 20 years, where everyone sort of has to be the anti-hero.
Yeah.
No one's really good and no one's really bad. And I just kind of miss that the idea, you know, like Ace and the X-Men don't kill, and if Wolverine kills someone, it was just this huge ordeal. But if you go to the movies now, like the new Superman movie, or you watch the new Arrow mini-series on TV, you know, people get decimated left and right. I don't know, there's something missing about someone who really struggles to do the right thing. I miss that story, and I think it's important that those are the kind of stories we tell. Even there's something alluring about a gritty story, but I think there's something that preserves culture about having a hero that we don't need to dethrone. And I think Spider-Man's the guy. You know, he's not like Captain America, where you can't identify with him. Like, Captain America is very much black and white, and, you know, I am good and whatever. Like, but I don't think we connect to Captain America the same way that we connect to Spider-Man. So he just sort of, Stanley did something magical when he created that character that I think is the reason why, you know, his line just gets reinvented over and over again. We don't seem to get tired of it.
Yes, I like Spider-Man too. I really like the films. Well, I should ask you real quickly, I just saw this. Did you like when there was that thing, the Civil War comics, where all the Marvel heroes, they came together, they had that big war, and he unmasked himself. Yeah. Did you like that? What did you think of that?
Well, I think that it wasn't my favorite thing, because you can't go back from some of that stuff. You know, there's been a lot of things that have happened in the comics books, because you're just trying to keep a story going for 60 years. A long time to keep one character interesting and whatever. So that probably wasn't my favorite storyline, but
oh, well,
you can always start the story over again.
Well, they always do, it seems. They'll have, with Spider-Man and Batman, they do it like every 3 years. They retcon is what they call it. But that's fine. Yeah, that was a big controversy when he did that. But anyway, that was very interesting. But I got to ask you, you're going to be at Gem City Comic Con this Saturday and Sunday. I got to ask you, what do you look forward to seeing the most when you're at Gem City Comic Con?
Well, I'm excited to check it out for the first time. I've heard really great things about this show, but this is actually the first time that I will be attending. So, in some ways, I'm going to be like the people coming in and buying tickets for the first time, not really knowing what to expect. But I have a lot of friends who are going to be there, and I've heard really great things about it. And I would say what I do know about it. Central Ohio just has a really, really robust comic book community, and I talk to people in other cities, and they struggle to find one or two other people making comics. But, you know, there are multiple comic creator groups that meet in the city throughout the month at different places. And, you know, I'm a part of a group of women who meet once a month called Sketch and Kvetch. And there's just so much going on in Central Ohio that maybe people don't really know if you're just reading the mainstream comics. So I think that will be really fun to come out and see who are all the people who live right here in my community, and what are they doing. You know, just kind of wander the halls of the convention and just kind of figure out, see what's going on. It's actually really exciting. So a bunch of friends are going to be there: Victor Dandridge and Michael Maine and Michael Nino and James Maddox and lots of other people I can't think of right now, but.
Absolutely. Well, I look forward to it also. It is exciting. I will be there. I'll be at the Saturday one. So, I'm excited too. But I got to ask you, for the audience at home that might want to come to this event and they do see you there, what can we expect from you at Gem City? And also, do you have any new releases that you'll be talking about when you're there at Gem City?
Sure. Well, I am almost debuting. My brand new book came out through IDW Publishing. It's a continuation of the Consumer series. It's volume 3. It came out 2 weeks ago, and this is only the second convention I'll be at where I'll be selling it. So that's really exciting for me. I'll be pushing volume 3 really hard all summer long. And it wraps up the first story arc. So volumes 1, 2, and 3 is a great big story that I've been working on for a long time. So it's a good feeling to have it, and it's a really beautiful book that I'm proud of. So come stop on my table if you want to check that out. And that's probably the gist of it.
All right. Well, yes, for those of you that are going to be at Gem City, definitely check out Lora Innes. She's the writer of The Dreamer. She's got her volume 3 book that she will plug to you. And yes, there's going to be hundreds of artists there. I am psyched about this. But with that, I'm Laura. I want to thank you for calling tonight. There was a lot, of course, there was a lot of audience that was interested in your interview, so I think this interview went great, and you sounded well. This phone that I'm using has good volume, so everything's great. Everyone heard what you had to say, so that's good. So Laura, I will hopefully see you this Saturday. I will definitely be there, and good luck to you with the rest of anything that you wind up writing later this year, and anything that you wind up doing after Gym City. So thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
All right, bye. All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, that was awesome. That was Lora Innes. Yes, Gym City Comic Con. I can't plug it enough. I am so excited about this event because I interviewed Red Hot Rebellion about 3 weeks ago. They will be there. Kyle Holtz will be there. And, of course, Kevin Eastman's going to be there. It's going to be legendary, and it's 3 days away. I've been having dreams about Gym City and how great it's going to be because I've heard about this back in October, and wow, it's almost here. So this is going to be my Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl, WrestleMania, and the World Series rolled up to me because I don't have enough money to go to those events, but I do have enough money to go to Gym City Comic Con, and it's close by. It's like 10 minutes from where I live, so. And but the thing is, you too can go to Gym City Comic Con because I'm trying to give away 2 free tickets to Gym City, and you can use them for either Saturday or Sunday. I want you to call me at 937-775-5555. Now, someone did guess who Kevin Eastman created, the famous superhero group he created. They got it wrong, though, so they did not win the tickets. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it really easy. First, I'll give you the answer. Kevin Eastman created the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Leonardo. And, of course, Splinter. He created all of them. And, of course, they're having a live-action movie this August. And this August is their 30th anniversary of their first issue back in '84. Kevin Eastman will be there. But, yes, he created the Turtles. And then since I gave you the answer, when I go to break, I'm going to play 4 more songs from the Dayton Indie Music Madness tournament. The first one to call, I don't care who you are, you will win 2 free tickets to Gym City Comic Con. All you got to do is call. And that's it. I don't even care. You don't have to answer anything because I just gave you the answer. So with that being said, let me tell you what's coming up next on the Dayton Indie Music Madness tournament. In order, I'm going to play Raya and her song Revelation. She is a pop artist from New Carolina, Ohio. And then I'm going to play Robert Watson. Let me say Robert Watson. His instrumental rock track, I Want to Share My Life with Somebody. He's from Dayton, Ohio. Now, actually, it's called I Want to Share My Life with Someone, not Somebody. Yeah, so you'll hear that. And then after him, it'll be Birthday on a Bus by Skip the Mystic. They're a ska band from Dayton. And then the last song I'll play, these are the last 4 songs of the night of the tournament. I'm going to play Disappeared. It is a dance track by Toxic Animal 1.
Warning, this episode of Ohio is on Fire contains strong opinions and viewpoints that belong to the host and guests that appear on Ohio is on Fire. This show contains entertainment and honesty that reaches extreme levels. Please do not try this at home.
Tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms.
My name is Elizabeth Holford, and I'm the Executive Director at Equality Ohio.
I have a First Amendment.
Equality Ohio.
These officers want me to leave this position just because you got cameras.
Equality Ohio.
Can you believe it?
Witnesses say during a heated confrontation, a healthcare reform opponent had his pinky finger bitten off when he stuck it in a healthcare reform supporter's face. Police say the 65-year-old man picked up his finger and drove himself to Los Robles Hospital, where they're now trying to reattach it. Police tonight are searching for the biter who ran from the scene.
Enough! Silence! I can't take no more. Fire! 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 Fire!
Let's just talk. Listen, I'm sorry. You're highly professional at what you do. You get here and
Run, run,